Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, amazing Propagandacast with your host, Imperial Dane, and it's episode 2000. Way! 2000 episodes of Company 2. Absolutely amazing. There'll be another video going up where I'll sort of go further into detail about the whole, doing that many Company 2 episodes, my thoughts on the game and all that. But, for now, I imagine people just want to see a fight. And we got a 2 vs 2 right here on the Alliance of Defiance for all you lovely, wonderful, and charming people. And the setting is 1944, the Eastern Front, somewhere, I don't know, I guess between the Ukraine and Poland. The Red Army advances ruthlessly, ceaselessly. We got Tume and Talis here forming up the 1st Guards Mechanized Corps, tasked with shattering through the fascist lines here, under the command of Doggy and Thoton. Both on here with the Oberkommando. This is actually a rare combination in 2 vs 2s, in my opinion. But farming up here, the Großdeutschland Panzerdivision. We got here Advanced Warfare, Gat Motor and Gat Rifle, Armored Assault, and more Gat Motor, Gat Rifle versus Spec Ops, Feuersturm, Luftwaffe, Fortifications, and Scavenge, and a bit more Feuersturm. So double Feuersturm is actually pretty interesting to see there. In the far west here, we got Sturmpaniers moving up there for Doggy. In the far east, it is Thoton Sturmpaniers repulsing the Russians, gunning down the Marxist bastards. Look, it says Otto. Yeah, I know it's a Sturmgewehr. Yeah, but it's really good. Yeah, I know I'm using one myself. It's wunderbar. Yeah, when it doesn't jam. More folks on the way there though for Doggy and for Thoton. So far they've pretty much going heavy into that. Pretty much standard meta in that sense. Not really a lot of openings. I mean, Kubank plus the Surge tend to get come to the scout cars, and both the other so players have gone for Special RAF Command, so that's obviously not going to work out very well if they do go for that. And Sturmpaniers, what they can work out, they tend to be a bit sort of strong to get sort of going in the early game. Plus, Volkskunde is in that sense also just a lot more efficient, so it just tends to be a lot of Volkskundes, to be honest. But a big push up here from Doggy in the west. We got scout cars or trucks on the way there for Doggy. As for Thoton, no trucks there as of yet, but I imagine there soon be one driving up into his base. In the west here, or the east actually, that's the opposite end of the map there. Sturmpaniers are Volkskunde all over the control, they're pushing back. Tume's unfortunate infantry, sniper on the way there for Tume to bleed out the fascists under the command of Thoton. Tansman them and more penal troopers. Scout car they're running about. And without no other kidding there for here, Doggy is a bit in the sticky spot there since he has no counters to the M301, which is currently unleashing utter havoc upon his forces. His infantry routed, sent screaming away. Mines down here. Thoton in this case was actually anticipating that he'd been hit by the scout car, but he's not. He's going to get hit by the sniper unless he can. No, he's still at it. So meanwhile, while Doggy's scrambling to hold the line here with absolutely no counters. In fact, looks like he's at a rally point. He wasn't paying attention. He was trying there, suddenly realizing, hey, I think we need to head somewhere else, somewhere there's less Russians about and more Germans. That's racist, Ludwig. What do you think we're doing on the Eastern Front, you putz? We're here to shoot people. So it looks like Dog is there's moving his Schwerwehrmax on the way there. Tume, though, is now going for a scout car as well, so Thoton will need his Raketten now, for he will need his mines to stop this Marxist menace. And he's laying down more. He's walked in sense time to support his team as well a bit there. Mechanized rigging up for Doggies. That probably going to mean Luxus and other fun stuff there. Thoton's most likely going for the Battlefield headquarters. Sniper there unleashing hell upon the fascists. And there goes Scout car rolling in as well. This time around though, Thoton's got came up while it's sort of been moving ahead. Isn't quite there yet either. He might be able to get into the mine there, but no. Talisman Scout car there veers away to go and set fire the infantry. They're sort of a bit elsewhere. No mines here though from Thoton. There you go, mine hit off on the Strafniki, blowing apart Petrov and Yuri. In the far south here, the Schwerwehrmax are standing about, waiting for something to happen like an order. People are moving up there as big Talis, aka Talisman, strikes with the fury of a lot of Soviets. Sturmpanier opening up the Strafniki, they got Volkskunde flanking up behind here. Few upon there being hit, very good harassment there by Talisman, using mobility, rapid aggression to overwhelm Thoton and Doggy at the same time. Tume is sort of just following up there, acting essentially as the auxiliary, just backing up Talisman in his bold mood. Oh! They almost blew themselves entirely up. In fact, most of them did blow themselves up. That would have been an absolutely amazing satchel charge if it had wiped out both of them. It only wiped out Talisman's penal troops and the Volkskrieger somehow got out of there alive. But even then, that was something else. MG-34 on the way there for Doggy. Scout car falling back. Car point there being secured. So far the Russians are rapidly securing themselves a nice steady supply of fuel, which is certainly going to make things rather miserable for the Germans. Volkskrieger sending out there. We got looks on the way. They're being rushed out here for Doggy. Thoton's Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier going up here. Note he's trying, I think in this case, it up here so it's sort of reasonably close to Doggy, so he can just sort of skedaddle over there to get some healing in there, and similarly there. Though of course it does add a bit of extra time to both of them. I mean, I can see the attempt there, and it's certainly a nice attempt on a map where there's otherwise quite a bit of distance between the two headquarters. This is, I mean, interesting. You usually don't see that sort of attempt there, but Thoton clearly is a believer in teamwork. There we go. Finally got the scout car. Talisman's ride has been, unpimped. Scout car rolling up here straight for the Volkskrieger Sturmpioneers, doing what they can. He's this Raketen over there, but it's going to be very slow going. Looks like it's almost down there for Doggy. That might certainly be able to assist here as well. Raketen, there we go. Good to go. Good hit, and another scout car bites the dust. Another ball of fire straight off the American assembly lines. Volkskrieger moving up to the Sturmpost on the west. We got Talisman Strafnicki holding the line here bravely for the Red Army as the Nazis throw themselves at them. Down here we got the looks around there for Doggy and the Großdeutschland Panzerdivision. Snub with a 10 kill routing the Volkskrieger DC. And we got an MG for Doggy running carrying fire. Tume is the first one with the doctor. This guard mounted immediately calls on the guardsmen to make up for the losses and of course push some elite infantry at the fascists to show them the true spirit of socialism. And in the tank race, well, they're quickly disabling the engine of Doggy's looks, leaving it slightly less deluxe. Engineers did reports there's the caught laying down mines, but the question is, does Thoton realise this? Because he could still hit that mine then. People from the westwards, then we got no further take up here for the Russians. They could probably go and hit for the 10% command soon. Heading there for the fuel point, very good. Back in Monsignor Thoton's base. We got a flak half taken away there, plus medics, but no further sign there of a doctrine for Thoton. MG-34 repositioning. Could consider maybe some sandbags here. Maybe. Assault rifles up there for some of Thoton's troops. Doggy, not much else going on there. 251-17 arriving there for the German army. Medics ready as well here. Looks being fixed up there by Doggy's hard-working Sturmpioniere. Engineers versus Volkskrieger. We've got the flak half track there following up. Grab the point here as well. Victory point being seized. Lots of activity across the front line. The only dock activity there is much. Oh, there we go. We got a doctor. It is Feuersturm for Thoton. A true believer in the purifying fires of the Third Reich. The question, of course, will be actually. Oh, he's actually going for the MP40s. He's going for the assault package. Hello. It's actually a surprisingly good package, but I do feel like it's got no look. But it seems like it's slowly beginning to catch on. The thing to keep in mind about the MP40s for the Volkskrieger is they're actually better than the one for the assault. At least the Volkskrieger just with the upgrade are straight out better. I'm not entirely sure which ones because I don't have the specific stats, but overall they actually work. And in particular, you get up a bunch of them that can actually cause some heavy casualty in permanent long term. Plus the smoke grenades are handy. We'll see if it goes for anything else from it, but like the MP40s could be quite handy here versus Tume and Talisman. Meanwhile, the Doggy now and Talisman without doctrine. That force moving up on the west side. I'm moving the guards from there. Others pushing in for the conscripts. So without the MP40s, they probably will. Oh, there we go. Conscripts, the MP40 Volkskrieger, the Schmeissers versus Mosin again. Sniper there. Could risk being hit here with the Volkskrieger. There go dealing with the conscripts there. Seems like here that Thoton can't quite make up his mind. There goes Schmeissers moving ahead there. Sniper down to less than half of. Note they were just called Schmeissers despite Schmeisser never having to do with the MP40. Fun fact. Almost got the sniper there, but not quite, not quite. Looks at dealing with the guards. We could see what they for Tume. A guard squad loss here would be quite a consequential loss here at this stage. Foot goes away there. And here in the west, we got Talisman fighting on. It's a bit isolated from Tume, who is certainly finding himself hammered. And there you go, flag half running in the front. Sturm to cover the flanks. Strafnicki being pummeled with heavy, unrelenting flak fire. Guardsman moving up. Assault rifle for the other Volkskrieger squad. Looks like just been one MP40 and then the rest is Sturmgewehr. Not necessarily a bad mix there for Thoton at all. Not a bad mix at all. T-70 out here for Talisman. Quick went to back up the Thoton. not Thoton Tume against Thoton here in the area here, since the other fuel point seems largely secure, meaning if they can sort of just keep the other one out of the hands, so that of course is great. So overall, I would say good strategic oversight there by Tasman, of course tactical as well. Sturmpaniers need to retreat, and the Germans definitely going to need some fuel soon, or else they're going to get completely overrun by tanks. Which would definitely not be good for them, or for Germany. And the tank was going up there for some Tasman penal troopers. Noting he is yet to go for Docton. And there you go, more guardsmen up for Tume. He lost one squad, so has replaced the ones that were obliterated by the fascists. Line for gun blasting away. Incendiary artillery unleashed there from Thoton's light infantry Geschütz, engulfing the guardsmen in a firestorm. Yeah, they are hitting. Petrov, yes, I feel like it's getting hotter. It's because we're on fire. Oh, I've never tried that before. Maybe we shouldn't try it anymore. Securing the west side there, we've got the Titan inbound there. Note again, he's very swift to just move from one side to the other side, so that way it becomes harder for the Germans to predict where it's going to be and actually set up countermeasures for it. It's a good play there by Talisman, good play. I mean, he's actually covering a large amount of ground in a sense, and that's actually quite intensive, so there's certainly the possibility that Talisman might commit mistakes, but he doesn't. I mean, that's some serious skill. Comes letting away, but Fulton's got the entry force there. This is probably incendiary grenades will be helpful, and again, one reason why I want to keep some. In this case, he's also got the incendiary artillery off the artillery, of course, so in that sense, you know, he can just push back the map anyways without popping incendiary. There goes Half-Charge off. He does realise what's going on there, avoids death by big kaboom. And there go Fulton to sweep out the engineers, gunning them down with MP40s, heavy casualty inflicted. Strafnigge pushed away. Flak, half-tank moving there, go. Tume loses engineers, got quite lost. Grenades for the MP34 guard can push back. And in the west here, the Lux is actually hiding out. They rarely actually see the cautious movement there from the Lux, but Doggy is clearly a believer in that. Fulton need to cover, got the T-7 moving up here. You got nothing further out there from the... Oh, we got a Schwer Panther Corps going up there for Thoton first. Doggy has actually gone for Stukas at first. I don't know if that's the best situational choice here. I think a Puma would be better than some of the light vehicles. Mine's going up here for Thoton. Very good, very good. Got the flag up. Oh, it went off. Didn't actually cause any casualties, which is exceedingly lucky there for Thoton, to be honest. But oh, it was a bit unpleasant. Also, they're doing what they can with MP40. They probably need to retreat soon and get healed up. T-Sam rolling ahead. There we go. Unit wiped out. Filter squad bit the dust in service of das Vaterland. 440 lost there for Thoton at this stage of the fight. Doggy there is bound on the unknown without a Docton. Tasman's going for armored assault, opening up for T-35s. Oh, that was one hell of a grenade. They got the kid there for almost the MP40 as well there. That was a hell of a loss of the Thoton. Already reeling from initial losses. He is certainly not in a better position after that. And of course, great there for Tume, who secured himself a anti-tank weapon. Nasty work here, nasty work. He's building up. He's probably going to straight move ahead for the mechanized armor company and try and push out a T-35 as soon as possible. Troops are hitting and forcing. Thoton is definitely going to proper around some orbital. I know he needs to get some armor fast. Some big panzers. Victory points wise, I think it's actually pretty close between the two. That's, I suppose, a relief for the Germans, or others would say a bit behind fuel wise. Got the Lux moving westwards here. Halfway to Veteran 2. Got the Strafnigge moving up there. Doggy might want to consider another machine gun, so I think just to help back up. There's all the infantry there. Could be a good idea. Back here, otherwise not much going on there for the Germans. Thoton's going for additional Fultz grenadiers. The MP40's moving out there, close to Veteran 3. 10 kills, same with the assault rifles. There we go, T7 sniping poor Ludwig. And there we go. Tasman also going for the mechanized armor company. Obviously, I mean, it's kind of the end goal, so I mean, it's bound to happen. But it is a bit interesting. He does end up happening faster here than Tume, despite, you know, Tasman actually being the one going for a light tank. So, Tasman is certainly putting the dominant foot forward. Push up here from Thoton. Note very clustered up. They're a bit risky against artillery and other things, but on the other hand, of course, does mean it's kind of idea where everything is, roughly. And of course, I imagine he's trying to make fun out with Lekhenov, and then he ends up moving the flag half tank right in front of Lekhenov, rather being a bit counterproductive. We got a big push here up against the guys from there, trying to defend the fuel point there. Good push by Thoton. Also, they're being pushed back with the G0 setting up. Lekhenov setting up here. Skirmishing. Oh, Pumes laying up behind my cannon effort. Nasty work there. Engineers carrying the fuel point. The Russians remain in control of the Germans to a large degree. And Thoton is going for the Flame Hetzers. I am not a big fan of that right now. Maybe later it could be an idea, but I think the situation right now requires tanks that can actually fight other tanks. The Flame Hetzer has that bit where it says Flam in front of the Hetzer, meaning it's a flamethrower Hetzer. It's not the regular Hetzer, which, you know, could take on all. In fact, it was a quite efficient tank. So technically, the Hetzer was actually designed as an assault gun, but because Guderian wanted the Stu but couldn't, he basically just hijacked as many tank destroyer or assault gun programs could to redesignate them as tank destroyers, and the Hetzer was one of those casualties, but it was very much an assault gun. Oh, got the guns under the Stukas. Was nice work there by Doggy. Nice work. But yeah, a little fun fact there about assault guns and tank destroyers. A lot of the tank destroyers were actually assault guns. I mean, basically, if it had a whole machine gun, it was most likely designed as an assault gun, but got hijacked as a tank destroyer. Jagdpanzer, Hetzer, Elephant, Jagdpanther. Go figure. Luke's moving here, got the teams moving up, folks moving up, the penal troopers, they're doing what they can with their tank. Anti-tank rubs make it hard there for Doggy to make any sort of clean breaks against the Russian lines. Good work there by Tasman, of course. In the fights, we got a bit of artillery raining down there. People were digging in there in the ruins, but there you go. Flame Hetzers would burn them out, and this regard is going to be helpful. But you could argue Panzer IV could also help quite a bit, and of course, help versus tanks, because now Tume and Talisman's both got a T-foot or mechanized armor company up, and they were likely pushing for the big stuff. But there you go. People were the Flame Hetzers burning them out. Now the fun fact about the Flame Hetzers, I think only about 13 were made, roughly a company's worth, and they're actually meant to clear up the Maginot Line on the Western Front. There might have been more made than that, but I think those were the roughly 13 made of them. Oh, it's the Hetzer itself actually saw service first on the Eastern Front, much sooner than actually saw service on the Western Front as well. We got Luftwaffe Doggy Fallschirmjägers calling in some elite infantry that way, push their way here for Germany with the FT-42s. Not certainly a bad idea. If I was about to get wiped out, need to retreat them. I don't think Thoton can afford any further infantry losses at this stage. 13 of 12 kills, virtually 3 on the Fulton laser, kind of slightly swapped it around in my mind, swapped it around. Lots of aggression, lots of back and forth here. Fulton versus conscripts. Send a fire there on the conscripts by the fuel point. Pinwheel machine gun, by the way. Note this Rundumsfeuer or all around machine gun fire was actually be able to design so you can actually fire from inside the headset. Even more fun fact, late model Stugs would also be equipped with that same machine gun. There you go, engineers being pushed back with the Flame Hetzers. Need to get that machine gun out there, try to get wiped by the T-45, which Tume has unleashed upon the fascist lines. And Tarsman's going for the Katyusha instead. Probably figure in this stage, they only really need one tank, so we get some artillery to further put pressure on the fascists. That's going to definitely do the job, and it probably will to an extent. Doggy is probably going to have to push from armor soon as well, but it's going to take him longer because he went for the Stukas first. Thoton, I definitely feel like he should have gone for the Panzer IV first, though obviously he should probably aim for a Panther more specifically. Even better, since, you know, that's much better versus the T-45, so the Panzer IV is kind of not quite favouring such a one-on-one engagement. 8 kills in the Flame Hetzers there. More guards from out there for Tume. Got the T-45 rolling out, and we got more incendiary going off in some distance. Guards from further just pulling out there for Tume. He's lost quite a few already. T-45 they're shattering the fascist lines. Guards moving up, and we got the Flame Hetzers moving in to deal with these Bolshevik interlopers. They're standing off close to one of their own mines, which could 300% off there by the Flame Hetzer. They've got a Kedma shoots guys, they're being scorched and shot. Buttoning up the Flame Hetzers to try and get some more hits from the Kedma. There you go, repulsed with some casualties to follow. Fuel wise, the Germans aren't quite getting. That was one hell of a hit there from the line. I almost took out the entire Punitive squad. I've been quite lost of a Talisman. And certainly with a loss he couldn't have done anything about, because that was just, you know, one random hit. Stukas was hanging back there, 5 kills. Puma on the way there for Doggy. He definitely still needs to take up sometime soon. At this rate, he might end up trying to go for a King Tiger, which I'm not entirely sure how that work out. Rocket fire here. snipers. Conscript Kidno moving up. We got incendiary artillery there trying to, I think, break up any attacks. Flame Hetzers are hiding about. Double Kidno's there as well. There goes Sniper reveals himself against the Flame Hetzer. Clearly a very ambitious sniper who thinks can take out an incendiary assault gun like that. And there you go. Conscript going straight for it. Going to try and damage the Indian forces are hiding up behind the house. They're trying to ambush. Nice work. Flame Hetzer gaining veterans who won. Nice work there. Looks creeping ahead here. Might be up to some no good business there with that lighter Aufklärungspanzer. Puma setting out there for Doggy. I mean, a 20-minute Puma is a pretty bold maneuver. So it's certainly interesting to see what he's playing there. Fortunately, next man to push back like Kevin. Very good. And there you go. Units push back with a lot of fire. 12 kills on the Flame Hetzers. Excellent work there with Thoton's Flame Hetzers. Well, there you go. Tifa bobbing ambush, but double Kevin efforts. Panzerfaust going off. He could lose it. He could lose it. Oh, dear. Urban warfare is always tricky for tanks, and this is the very reason for it. And there you go. Puma's going to probably need to flank it and take it out. Nice work there with Thoton, punishing an overeager Tume, who thought he could see the very gates of Berlin, maybe? Either way, he thought he could get to Berlin pretty easy, and he just, found himself sea low heights. Fights makes thing with the cannon against a lot of advancing infantry. Got the Puma moving up to back up. Jagdpanzer away with the Thoton as well, so he's going to be going for tank destroyers and flamethrower Hetzers. Looks blasting away. They're closing in Vetchi 3. We got the Flame Hetzers almost good to go there. Sniper opening out on the foot guns, almost wiping them out. No orbs allowed not yet here for Thoton. And we got air support calling up a Talisman, and that's going to require some immediate response here from the Schwerer Panzer quarters and its Talisman of Flak. Flame Hetzers done battle like Kedna, I think close to Vetchi 2, very close in fact. And there you go. Schwerer Panzer quarters activated. Big 2 points wise. It's actually reasonably close still between the two. Not bad at all, not bad at all. There you go, Pumas was the Flame Hetzers. There you go, gaining Veteran 2, 14 kills still. Might soon gain more, though the Pumas was there are perilously exposed. There you go, down to less than half health, being murdered. Sicilian, there you go. Puma took a nice hit there. Guardsman rolling up here against the Flame Hetzers, 15 kills. Sturmpanzer being repulsed back here by the Katusha fire. Talisman's yet to go for any armor. Looks like he's going to probably try and stall here for the IS-2. Guardsmen there being murdered by the Flame Hetzers. They're out in the open. They just bunched up, making it easier for the Flame Hetzers to deal with them. There we go. More casualties. 20 kills on the Flame Hetzers. Approaching veterans free. Stuggers was trying to catch them, or maybe the conscripts nearby, and by Jove, do they get murdered. But Kedna have cleared out here. In the west, Doggy making a brave and admirable push here against Talisman's flank. Talisman is closing in, but slowly in on that. T-45 is T-70 that seemingly has been forgotten. Oh, it's Katusha appendix hanging right there. Thought it was maybe T-70, haven't seen that in a bit. Flame Hetzers dealing with the conscripts, 22 kills. It is just... Well, I kind of want to say on the fire, but obviously that would indicate that wasn't fire, but it's literally burning its enemies on fire. You get the idea. Pumas was there, but looks closing in on Veteran 3 very certainly, globally. There we go, T-45 coming out for Tume. This time he seems a bit more cautious. He now knows what is hiding here and does not want to lose it. He has also seen the Jagdpanzer. Of course, the question he remembers the Jagdpanzer. Otherwise, he might still get a few nasty surprises. Flame Hetzers receiving repairs. Has Doggy Boy upgrade his... yeah, he has upgraded with a pair of pioneers. So of course, could also be something there for Thoton to take advantage of. Puma there needs to be careful. 1 kill so far. Oh, starts to charge. And ends up doing more to Talisman than did to the Sturm Pioneers. That's a bit awkward. Guardsmen advancing here. We got the Chief following up here for the Tume. We got conscripts backing up as well. Very good, very good, very good. Flame Hetzers there striking at the engineers in the east. Halfway to Veteran 3. Well, we like to see a Flame Hetzers that actually hits Veteran 3 or above. That'd be fascinating. Sturmpanzer with the Guardsmen. Troops coming from all sides. There you go, Tifo going here for the Flame Hetzers. Don't lose it, Thoton. Don't lose it. There you go, Tifo running into it. Like Kedma that gets wiped by the Katusha strike. And falls there close to being wiped as well. Get off the Panzerfaust on the T-45. In the centre here, Doggy continuing to fight. Well, doggedly in the west looks here. Providing support. Still got the T-45 which is faster there. If the Puma's ready, he could move to back up there in the east. Academies are being lost here to Tume. This is really bad for Thoton. That is the second academy that he's handed over to the Bolsheviks. That is really bad. Lots of repairs happening there. They should be happening. Fall to the Dean with the Conscripts gunning them down there. 18 kills. Veterans in 5 almost there. Back in Talisman space. There we go. IS-2 is available here to support the 1st Guards Mechanized Corps in its push against the fascists. Yak Pan's almost good to go once more. Doggy's going to need something bigger than a Puma to take on the IS-2 though. The Puma is not going to cut it. That's going to be like, I don't know, trying to open a can with a marshmallow. It's not going to work out. Academy FMG fit on the way to Thoton. Flame Hetzers are slowly good to go as well. Will it ever reach Veteran Field? Even for that matter, 4 fire, that'd be amazing. Amazingly hot for the enemy though. But there you go. IS-2 arrived and Talisman comes in swinging hard. Luke's barely survived that encounter. Pretty lucky there for Doggy. Morgan was there for Thoton. And hiccups for me. Thoton immediately reacting here by pulling over the Yak Pan supports teammate. Very good there. Puma and Yak Pan are flanking the IS-2. There you go. Oh dear, he managed to be able to panzerfaust it even. But oh, he's going to lose the Puma. Ah, Doggy, you dummkopf. Ah, doesn't get off the panzerfaust. Got air support rolling in it, preventing. No, it's actually air support from Doggy. But in the end, it does not enough. He threw away a Puma for that. Oh, he's committing the Yak Pans on this. Thoton is going for it. He's going for it. Lots of monster from Talisman, by the way. Took any moment there to just do it. Lay up a small belt there. Very nice work there. Still, the Germans are pushing back the front line. They are, oh, getting wipes in there with Stukas of Fuss. I do believe that was Talisman's films that just got obliterated by a couple of very large rockets. It's true that did almost go down, so that's, you know, not bad, but it didn't go down in the end. Thoton they can soon go for a Panther, which I think is a pretty good choice. Could also aim for Panther Fours, which wouldn't be half bad either. As for Doggy, he is finally going for the Spear Panther quarters, but obviously he's going to try and go for the King Tiger. He's going to go for Panthers or Yak Panthers or whatever he's going to plan here. What's the Flame Hetzers doing? Come on, Thoton, show us that fire, that passion, that seal. Of course, when he's into mines and other nasty things. Now the Flame Hetzers moving up. He wants to kill run off. There you go. Gatling caught here. Scorched in the open. 25 kills. Very close to Veteran FC. Very close. Veterans who won the fleet just increasing the rate of fire, which I'm not entirely sure mostly benefits the machine gun, it benefits the main gun more. But there you go, guys. Oh, caught in a very nasty burst there. And you could see a wipe there. By Flame Hetzers out. Oh, he got it. The Flame Hetzers actually wiped the squad and is at 30 kills. Mine hit on the flank. Very nice work there, mining by Thoton. Conscripts now trying to get vengeance. Hoorah! They're on the edge. Can't we flank it? Yep. Only cowards flank. There we go. Burned up. And we got a veteran free Flame Hetzers, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how long last we've seen that. Long last since we've seen that. There we go. I was zooming up here though for Talisman. A behemoth of Soviet steel, shattering through the fascist lines. Yak Panzer trying to deal with the chemicals on the flank. They're pushing back the Flame Hetzers. Yak Panzer should also be falling back soon. In fact, might even be too late here. Yeah, too late. No! Thoton apparently has the devil's own luck. The Yak Panzer only get abandoned. IS-2 hits a mine there. Doggy's still not going for anything there. He's down to just by these Stukas of Fuss. The Lux has bitten the dust as well. In service of Deutschland. Forces are about to get wiped by the T-45. Flame Hetzers are being repaired up. Need to get the Yak Panzer going. The sooner the better. Because that Flame Hetzers is not going to stop the IS-2 or the T-45. Theoretically, flamethrowers were quite nice to weapons versus tanks. Simply they get like any fire in the engine block, it will usually, very much be the end of the tank. And we got Valiant Assault here. Doggy throwing himself valiantly at the enemy, doing his best here to sort of buy time, I guess, for Thoton to get something going himself, to get a Panther going. If it is a King Tiger, of course, also an option. But there you go, Stu with those rockets flying. Further pushing back Talisman, but I was making no bigger gain to him. You sneak up with Minesweeper this time around. Tume is taking no chances. Beams moving about. Flame Hetzers halfway to Veteran 4. Beams moving up on the flank. They're dealing with some of the dogs becoming over there. You go. Flame Hetzers to the rescue. And a machine gun and a mine. 33 kills. So close to Veteran 4. There you go. Teams there being bombarded. We got air support called in by Talisman. Once more, the Scrap Punch squad should be able to open up on that. Foes are being shredded. Talisman second trees are almost done. Doggy and Thoton seemingly aren't going for anything there. We got another try on there for Thoton, so he's going to be going for a mechanized regiment. So it's Thoton that's playing for the King Tiger, or are they both planning for a King Tiger? I mean, 2 King Tigers would be a particular kind of madness, to be sure. And there you go, Veteran 4 on the Flame Hetzer. Veteran 4, Feuersturm there, now can release from far away. In the east there we got an advance here by Tume. Infantry and everything else, they're just trying to move through this small workshop area. Team for further report, going for the western fuel point. At this rate, Doggy does seem to be going for the King Tiger, and Thoton again also seems to be going for it. I can't have wiped out just as it got to some sort of safe spot, I guess. At least safe in the sense that the Germans can easily reclaim it. Not that it was safe for the crew. Flame Hetzers on the prowl. For rations to scorch. Oh dear, Dollar Ken's moving in right in front of the Flame Hetzers. It's getting buttoned up. 9! Not before it hits Veteran 5! 9! Ah, Scheiße! Tume, you bastard! It was a beautiful dream, a fire, and you ruined it. Probably one of the best Flame Hetzers I have ever seen. So close. Air support called in here. But yeah, it seems like they're both stalling for a King Tiger, except Thoton needs to get the truck up for the mechanized regiment at the very least. Doggy's not too far off. Nope. All of a sudden he's going for a Panther. He was actually pretty close. The King Tiger decides for the Panther anyways. I mean, if you're going to do that, you should at least have gone for the Panther much sooner when you could have. I mean, that stage it just ends up being a bit, wasted opportunity a lot of the way. More T-Field after the Tume, this is only the problem why they didn't add in more like anti-tank stuff like this sooner, because at this stage Tume could be reaching critical mass. On that stage they're going to have need for a lot of anti-tank firepower to stop them. And 3 T-Field fights can be really difficult to start fast. I mean, there's a bit of a problem there, to be honest. Bit of a problem. It's going to be quite a chance here for the Germans to deal with that. And on top of that, you still got the IS-2 as well, which isn't exactly something to scoff at either. Yak Pants moving up, we got Russian infantry about there. Of course, the Canadians pushing back the conscripts. Decent moving up the west side, and we got the Panther out here for Doggy for the Großdeutschland. These double T-Field from moving up, they only need Yak Panzer to stop them here. Thoton's certainly a bit lacking there otherwise. Kedma screwing forwards again. Him losing double camps to his opponent has been an absolutely horrific thing there. I mean, again, just this to he not lost that again. His Flame Hetzers, for example, would probably lift a lot better. So always be careful with the other camps with double command. Rest, of course, it can be tricky, but usually they have a tendency of just biting you in the arse if you're not careful. There you go, triple T-Field 45s. A good push there from Tume could do some critical damage to the Germans. Panther moving up there. At that stage, you probably just try and set up for another Panther and just get 2 out. As for Thoton, he definitely seems like he's on the King Tiger plan. Oh, I do think Panthers would be better. And again, would have been faster, which is honestly a really critical element as well. They're faster. I mean, imagine we had a Panther to back up that Flame Hetzers. Sniper away there, 11 kills. Looks like he lost the previous one to something else. Thoton, he's got the fuel for the King Tiger. He's got the manpower, which is going to be roughly a minute and a half away. Assuming that he does not reinforce anything. Panther versus the IS-2, Fox is backing up. Stuckers was firing again here for Doggy. 16 kills so far. Has not had exactly exceptional success with it. For now. And it's been out in the field for quite some time. I mean, it probably could have been doing a lot better and certainly maybe raising the question if the Doggy should have been going for it in the first place. Doggy cameras are firing away. Panther taking heavy damage. Oh, there you go. Stuka barrels off here from Thoton. Wipes out both the Kednevers. Destroying them entirely, ensuring that Tume can't get them back. That's a huge relief there for the Germans. Nice flank here by Tume using the terrain here. Bit of a blind spot, a lot of players' sights to get behind Thoton's main line. There you go, there you go. We got the triple T-Fox moving on there, instantly annihilating the Kednever. And right here, Thoton just does not have the firepower to deal with. He's of course getting flanked here. Machine gun wiped. A huge loss there for Thoton. Very potent flank here, backed up artillery there for Tume. Need to put back the T-45 because their job is done for now. So quite a loss there for the Germans. The Kednever's machine guns being lost. They're sending more on the defensive now here against the Red Army.
Grenadiers,
23 kills there, 7 and 3 on the others. 7 apparently. Sturm Pioneers actually 416 kills. Panther being fixed up there. Repair Pioneers up for Thoton's mechanized range as well now. The Penny just shot someone wounded. And defense there, 15 kills on those Strafniki. Vets in the field of Kedmer if they're catching the Arc Panther moving up against the IS-2 shots bounce. IS-2 bothers vets in the 2, that's pretty bad news there for the Germans. Doggy can soon go for another Panther, and definitely should. As for Thoton, he is closing ever slowly in on the... Oh, Fox has got the penal shoot, but they got wiped themselves. A staggering loss there for Thoton. A staggering loss. Doggy Boy can now go for the Panther. I mean, he could try and go for a King Tiger, but I feel like at this current stage, both players trying to go for King Tigers at the same time. I mean, it would be pretty cool, but I don't think it'd be necessarily very healthy, considering the current status quo on the battlefield, which is the Germans are quite far behind and Thoton's falling further behind because, again, he's trying to get that King Tiger. Doggy's still not going for that second Panther. He needs more firepower of the armoured kind to pressure the Bolsheviks. And there you go, grenade from the MD-34, nice flank here by Tume's guardsman. King Tiger mobilised here for Thoton, finally. Now to see if we can actually use it. We got the T-35 they're rolling forwards for the Red Army. The armoured sledgehammer of Stalin strikes. Jack Panther getting flanked with the triple T-35s, and he's not able to escape in time. There you go, pop goes that weasel. Big loss there for Thoton. King Tiger moving up with Kevin's getting off some hits on the T-35. King Tiger joining in as well. But the damage has been done. Doggy wants more chunk with air support, but I don't think it's going to be very effective, except just slightly pushing the way. We also got air support in from Talisman, and we've got a marked vehicle in. So much air action going on. Doggy ordering in the Fallschirmjägers, I believe, on the central victory point of that. It's a pretty bold maneuver. Aircraft being shot down, shattering into nearby structures. Doggy Still not going for any additional armor, with despite the fuel and manpower surplus out there. Kednav's off of being underpowered by the Stuggers of Fuss. A grenade on that MG-34 would be a pretty great choice there for Doggy's machine, or Fallschirmjägers. King Tiger moving up, bombarding the machine gun. Pin machine gun to the King Tiger, by the way. There we go, half the crew gone, but the Germans are bleeding out of victory points here. And these folks versus Comps there, held up by the Eastern Victory Point. King Tiger Masters now there, 17 kills. Panther Veterans who won. IS-2 there, slowly approaching Veteran 3. 41 kills, 4 armor, 37 infantry. The problem is on those vehicle kills are aircraft. In fact, I imagine most of them are. Tume with his own Katyusha now as well, but meaning 2 or 3 Katyushas actually for the Russians. Quite a lot of rocket artillery. IS-2 good to go again there for Talisman. And Thoton, for all the effort he puts against the King Tiger, he's just not using it a lot. I mean, he doesn't have anything to back it up with, so he's in many cases forced to play with it very conservatively so as not to lose it immediately, but that ultimately undercuts the purpose of the King Tiger. That's sort of the thing to keep in mind when trying to go for a King Tiger. You have to ask yourself, will I have anything else to work with a King Tiger? Because if not, it's going to be useless. King Tiger is very much a spearhead unit. It still requires the rest of the bloody spear to work, and currently Thoton does not have that spear. At most he's got a toothpick which can't really support the spearhead. But he's got more chemos on the way there. His infantry certainly mostly gone. Panther's good to go there for Doggy once more. Stuggers just fire down here. 20 kills finally. Veterans too. Got the T-5 on the move again. King Tiger moving ahead. Panthers get in as well. Support here from Talisman once more, harassing the German infantry as they retreat, hoping for some casualties. Shroud Panther quarters down as well. That's a bit of a loss there for Thoton. Doggy though can soon actually go for another Panther. And note about here, the IS-2 has actually hit the ace level. This is really bad news for the Germans. The NATO IS-2 is quite a menace. As you can see there, high rate of fire, high mobility, high accuracy, and of course lots of armor. Comes up taken out there by the King Tiger. Closing in the Veteran 2-1. And follows the chatting straight to the King, the Katyusha fire there. Not good there for Doggy, not good. 117 points left for the Germans, rushing into the centre victory point. We got the machine in there covering it all up. T-Fox advancing, sniper with Kevin as well there. Just not much if the Germans could do against it. Veteran 3 line for Afghanistan, not going to cut it here, I think. Grenades off from the Sturmpioneer, close to Veteran T5. The great status level there. 111 points for the Germans. Rush for the centre victory points. Doggy, I think, is going for the King Tiger now as well. That'll be double King Tigers. They're down to 100 points yet. They are clearly attempting double King Tigers. Madness. Panthers heading out. King Tiger rolling back. And there you go, big push here from Tume and his triple T5. Got the Panther versus the IS-2. Veteran 2 Panther versus the Veteran 3 IS-2, which he's just happily pursuing here. King Tiger about to get rushed by the T5. There you go, getting around. He's blitzing, but got stunned. Doggy's King Tiger's about to hit. Needs a bit more distance here with the T4 King Tiger. Oh, Scheiße. Damaged engine. Not good. Panther moving up. King Tiger's about to hit there for Doggy. He can call it at least, but will it matter? There we go, double King Tigers. Double King Tigers, but Thoton's just about to lose his King Tiger. There you go, destroyed. Katyusha fire raining in. IS-2 there, looking pretty solid there, 49 kills, and there we go, surrender. A loss for the German army. The Großdeutschen were beaten in this now ruined area by the Red Army. A brutal fight here with a lot of caches, a lot of tanks. In the end, I think the power just underdid. The Germans were basically just, I think the armor tech was a bit weird, like... I don't think they should have been playing for King Tigers when they did. I think they should just aim for Panthers and as many as they could as soon as possible. I think that way they could have gained some sort of like numerical chance to sort of push back the rations. And particularly with the T-35s, although it'd be very cost-efficient tanks simply due to how much health they have. And the IS-2 certainly they just saw was incredibly efficient as well. Now these of course all the Ken levels they lost, and certainly something Thoton there probably should have prioritised a bit more. Additionally, I also think they were not trying to flank very much, whereas the Russians I feel like at times were just good flankers. Of course, Talis was just absolutely on point most of the time, just hitting, swooping around, flanking and outmaneuvering. He was just really, I think, to make extent, just holding the entire effort there together at times for the Russians. I mean, overall, I would say a very fun fight here to mark 2,000 episodes of Communist 2 with a lot of good stuff. Highly veteran Flame Hetzers, which you rarely see, air support, armor support, lots of tanks, ace IS-2s, King Tigers, double King Tigers at that. I mean, lots of stuff there. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed 2,000 episodes of Companies 2. If you haven't, subscribe, like, share. Spread the word of the almighty Propagandacast, which again can cast 2,000 episodes. And if you like what we do, donate or Patreon, so I can keep doing this, because I kind of try to do this for a living, not exactly the most highest paying living, but, something there, so we can afford anything to spare in my direction. Feel free to do so. Links in the video description. This is Imperial Links, and cheers. Thank you for watching. You all have been a wonderful audience for 2,000 episodes, and I hope to see you stick around for maybe, how many other 1,000 of episodes. So thank you all. You're all wonderful people, and hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Cheers.